Hey guys, Mr. BXRP here, and welcome back. Today is October 7th of 2020. Let's hop right into it. I'm looking at Fiat Leak. People ask me all the time in the comment section, what is that? What is that site? It's called fiatleak.com, and so you can get to it if you want to, and it looks like XRP is almost 25 cents on Fiat Leak. And we are moving on. Got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to put on my air conditioning for the eyes, which means I'm putting on my magnifying glasses so I can see my computer and read properly to you guys. And all right, moving on. So market cap's at 337 billion, almost 338 billion. Bitcoin sitting at 10,621. Ethereum's at 340. Tether is sitting at $1. Look at Tether, man. Look at it go. Tether is on the 7-day. It's up 0.1%. Look at you, Tether. Run, baby, run. XRP is just under 25 cents, up 2.93% in the 7-day. It's actually leading the top 10 on the 7-day, even though it doesn't make everyone feel good because it's not high enough, as everyone would agree. But we will get there. And let's see here. I don't know what happened. Okay, let's jump right into this. This was from XRP Crypto Wolf. U.S. Comptroller of the Currency Brian Brooks says the future of cryptocurrency will be decided by the people and the markets, not the government. Brian Brooks said the government is great at setting up a regulatory framework, but not building products. Well, guess what? We don't need you to build products, man. Just come out with clarity. Come out with the rules. Let us know what's what, and let everybody run, because the innovation market is losing its patience with the United States government. We're going to talk more about that in just a bit. This was from Savvy at Savvy XRP. He sent me a couple of things this morning. SBI buys Japanese crypto exchange Taotao. The financial giant now has 2 licensed cryptocurrency exchanges. So Yoshitaka Kitao over at SPI jumped in. I think another company was going to buy it, and something happened in the deal, and Yoshitaka Kitao jumped in and bought this Taotao. So SBI owns a second cryptocurrency exchange, so I'm sure they'll be out there pushing XRP on the exchange because he's such an XRP bull. This is the big news from the last 24 hours. So Ripple co-founder and chairman Chris Larsen says Ripple is considering moving their headquarters out of the state due to lack of regulations. So he was talking to Jeff John Roberts yesterday, who's from Forbes, I believe. And I'm going to play this video. I'm not going to play you the whole video. I'm only going to play you a 2-minute clip, but I want you to hear the meat and potatoes of what Chris Larsen has to say. And then I'm going to give you my commentary on it. I'm going to crank it up so we can get it good.
We've got to give the SEC credit. They faced a terrible ICO problem in 2017. It was needed to be stopped. They stopped it, and they should be admired for that. But that war has finished. And now we're in this tech cold war with China. And instead of pivoting to encouraging U.S. innovation to keep up, they've done the opposite. They gave Bitcoin and Ethereum a pass, proof of work systems. That benefits China, weirdly. But everything else is still in limbo, or worse, kind of being regulated through enforcement. And the message there is blockchain digital currencies are not welcome in the U.S. If you want to be in this business, you probably should be going somewhere else. To be honest with you, we're even looking at relocating our headquarters to a much more friendly jurisdiction. Lots of them, UK, Switzerland, Singapore, Japan, and that's a shame. So we've got to change up here, or we're going to lose our leadership, stewardship of the global financial system. That would be a tragedy for the U.S. And I think every U.S. company in this space has to look at relocating, frankly.
Yeah, I want to go back, explore Ripple's operations more in a second, but tell me about this potential relocation. I mean, we've seen the long arm of the U.S. financial enforcement bodies are powerful. They seem to be able to get, punish people anywhere in the world. So would that really deliver you? Would you really be able to escape such regulation? And where would you go? You mentioned London or Singapore. Are those most likely destinations?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you don't know how it's going to exactly play out, but those centers are trying to be sort of the fintech centers of the world. You have clarity in places like Switzerland, the UK, Singapore, Japan. And by the way, they're all in open arms, right? I mean, just about anywhere you look in the world, given the economic situation, wants jobs, wants future wealth created in their countries. Of course, we still have huge numbers of employees in the U.S., but I think you have to look at who is going to be your chief regulator. The thing that's interesting about some of those locations is you have this advantage of having the capital markets, the regulators, and the innovators all in the same city. That actually really helps. This is actually a huge problem in the U.S. when it comes to fintech, because you've got the 3 key domains in completely different places. They don't interact. they don't understand each other. I think a lot of times in Washington, the regulators look down, for example, on folks in Silicon Valley. They just don't get it, don't want to get it. That's a problem. So, again, my hope is that the U.S. gets back on track, but it's pretty late in the game. We're falling way behind.
Wow. Holy smokes. What a bomb to drop 7 days before Swell. Okay, so here's my thoughts on it. I mean, U.S. regulations, U.S. regulators, the United States government, it's so cumbersome. It's absolutely a success prevention department for businesses. I mean, they really suck. And they'll never move fast enough, especially for tech, because, I mean, look at tech. Tech moves so fast, and they don't have time for the government to try and catch up. It's like they are so far behind the eight ball. Can you imagine these locations like Singapore and the UK and Japan and Switzerland? Can you imagine the tax haven they would be potentially for Ripple? I'm sure they're making all kinds of offers to get Ripple to make a move there. Ripple's holding, I think, 500 to 600 employees right now. I mean, a lot of those people probably won't want to move out of the country, so those jobs will be lost, and they're probably great jobs in Silicon Valley. But this is crazy. I mean, absolutely crazy. So it's insane that the government isn't moving fast enough. So now, all right, there's one of three things occurring here, right? So we have to kind of look at this. We have to step back, and we have to ask ourselves, what's really happening here? So is this real? I mean, is this just theater? Is the cake baked? Is this just theater from Chris Larson because the regulators are about to make the big announcement in the next week, month, whatever, 3 months, and they're going to look like they saved the day? So is it real? Is it not real and it's just theater? That's number one. Number two, is it real? And Ripple is just so frustrated because they can't get the regulations out of the regulators, and they are just frustrated beyond themselves. So is it not real? Is it real? Thirdly, is the cake baked, but Ripple's frustrated they haven't made the announcement yet, right? So do they know what the regulators are going to say, but the regulators are holding back for whatever reason they want to hold back? So I think it kind of could be one of those three things. I don't know. I just don't. You guys can drop in the comment section below what you think is happening. Is this real or is it theater? Is it I mean, what is your take on this thing? Because it's confusing as hell. I mean, how could Ripple be in all these meetings with all these government officials and all these government agencies, and they just can't get this last piece taken care of? It's amazing to me, absolutely amazing. But I hear the frustration. And listen, I don't care where Ripple is. I don't care where they go, as long as they're successful. I mean, Swift is out of Belgium, so if you got to go out of the country to be successful, go do it. It's a shame. And the other thing is, they were looking to IPO. Has this been holding up the IPO also? I mean, they might have pulled back on the IPO because they wanted to determine where they're going to be located before they do the IPO. Guys, all this is my speculation. These are my thoughts. This is part of what I do on my channel. Is I talk about the news, and I talk about what I see in the news. And I still don't know what to make of this announcement, but it's incredibly interesting. And the fact that he dropped this bomb 7 days before Swell is shocking to me. I mean, XRP was on a rise; it was moving up. Swell was coming; it's a week away. People are getting as pumped as they can be. I mean, it is virtual, so it's not going to be as exciting as last year. Where you'll have all that energy in the room and 800 bankers and financial institutions and tech experts there. It's going to be a lot different. But you don't want to take the wind out of those sails for sure. So it's interesting. Wanted to share that with you. I'm going to move on. Okay, Ripple also posted this yesterday. Beware of the latest giveaway scam. There is a fake CoinDesk email circulating that includes fake Ripple messaging and phishing links. For tips on how to spot scams, check out our blog below. Guys, man, there's so many scams out there. I feel like I'm talking about it in every one of my videos. Just you're never going to get, if it's too good to be true, it probably is, right? And that's why a lot of people are freaked out over the Flare Spark token drop. They're like, why would they give something to us for free? If you've been around the space a long time, you would understand that that's kind of just part of forks. Is when they fork something, they typically give the holders of the original product equal amounts. So that's just kind of always been the way it's been done. I don't know the history of that, though. I don't know why it's always been that way. But anyway, but I wanted to bring this to your attention, and I understand why people get concerned about everything, and they should. You should be concerned about everything. Look carefully, cross your T's, dot your I's, be careful. Don't send your crypto anywhere. Never give your keys to anyone. I mean, you can't be careful enough in this space. Okay, from Savvy XRP, he also sent me this. Over 70 Crypto exchanges have shut down since 2020 started. This is why you should never keep your cryptocurrency on exchanges. Buy a hardware wallet like Ledger, not your keys, not your crypto. Okay, so, a lot of people use Ledger Nanos. If you don't have one and you want one, I've got a link in the description of this video if you need one. I have one. I use it. I also spread my stuff out. I do have some of my crypto on exchanges and places to where I'm okay having it. But I spread my risk around. It's just the way I like to do it. It's not necessarily right for everyone. But I typically am very, very cautious about which exchanges I do business with. So I think that's very important, but there's no guarantees, guys. You just never know. Nothing's for sure in this space, right? You just can't be for sure. Okay, I Trust Capital did this poll online. What does Bitcoin peak at? What does Bitcoin peak at during next market cycle? 47% said under 50,000, and then 29% said 50 to 100,000. I agreed here. I went here. Obviously, I think it's going to be under 50,000 in the next market cycle. I don't think it's going to break 50,000, but hey, I could be wrong. I thought that was interesting, and it was a cool poll that they ran. I Trust Capital, guys, they do IRAs. If you're looking for an IRA, if you have to roll a 401k, check out I Trust Capital. I have a link in the description of this video. I have an IRA with them. You can trade tax-free in their IRAs. So if you want to do some trading and you don't want to be worried about the tax implications, you need to look at I Trust Capital. Okay. This was from Brad Garlinghouse. I know this is old news. It's a couple of days old, but I was out yesterday. Today I'm excited to announce longtime Ripplers, Ashish Burla and Monica Long as GM of RippleNet and GM of RippleX, previously Spring. Respectively, Ripple is evolving, but our core mission remains. We are builders, not disruptors. So that's fantastic news. It's really great. A lot of rebranding going on, a lot of renames going on, which is interesting too. I'm surprised they don't consider themselves disruptors because they really, really are, in my opinion. But hey, whatever. I don't care what you call yourself. Just be successful. But I thought that was interesting that was going on. I happened to meet, I met Ashish at Swell last year. Very, very nice. I also met Ethan Beard, who posted this. Some professional news. I'm moving from Ripple to start a new venture. More to come soon, but I'm excited to stay within the XRP ecosystem. Thankful to Ripple and Ripple Dev for an amazing 2.5 years. Okay, so and he congratulated Monica Long on leading Ripple X, the old Spring. So Ethan Beard is going to be doing something XRP centric, guys. He's not leaving the XRP world. So people think, oh my God, everyone's leaving Ripple. No, they're leaving Ripple to build businesses that are going to help the XRP ecosystem, which is a great thing for XRP, and it's also good for Ripple because they hold so much XRP. So this is good news. This is a good thing. I'm glad to see it. And moving on. Okay, so this was posted by Sam Corner at Sam Corner 1. That's right, Maxine Waters. Stellar Org is right now allowing customers to use Cowrie Exchange to transfer with Tempo, furthering financial inclusions for so many. Below is a quick highlight from Danelle Dixon, but I've posted more. Okay, Danelle Dixon was in front of the, let's see here, the House Financial Services Committee, FinTech Task Force. I'm going to run this 2-minute video. Listen, I'm not a bull on Stellar, but I hold a small bag. I don't know where it's going, but I've diversified into Stellar over the last, this year really is when I did it. Like I said, it's a small bag, but I'm interested in what they're doing, and if they go anywhere with it, I want to have a hook hitch to it. But I want you to see what she says. They're obviously working on some stuff, and they may be successful. And at 7 cents at 7 cents for a Stellar Lumen, I can't not invest in that. I mean, that's a good deal for me, but you need to check out what's good for you. But let's listen to what she has to say.
This is where blockchain can help. Sending any transaction across a border on Stellar, whether the value is $2, $20, $200, or $2,000, is fast. Takes less than 3 to 5 seconds on average, and it costs fractions of a cent. To give the task force a live, real-world example of how Stellar creates this equitable access to the global financial system, I'd like to focus on Nigeria. It's the 6th largest remittance market at over $24 billion annually. So Cowrie, it's a regulated fintech company in Lagos, Nigeria, provides cross-border payment services for the Nigerian market, and that's powered by Stellar. By tokenizing the Naira and integrating with the Nigerian Interbank Payment Network, Cowrie developed payment rails that enable low-cost and instant payments into and out of Nigerian bank accounts. So their product, which is called NGNT, a digital asset that is backed one-to-one fiat Naira, is available on Stellar today for cross-border payments and digital asset exchange. Now, Cowrie plays an important role providing access to Stellar in Nigeria. But then there's another anchor, we call them anchors, these financial institutions, that's on Stellar, this one in Europe. It's a fintech company called Tempo that issues digital assets backed one-to-one by the euro. So with Tempo and Cowrie as endpoints, Stellar enables payments between the EU and Nigeria that are completed in 3 to 5 seconds, nearly instantaneous, nearly free to the developer. And there are built-in compliance tools on Stellar that allow entities building on the network like Cowrie and Tempo to complete the Know Your Customer, the KYC, and anti-money laundering AML steps required by their respective regions. So this generalized asset issuance toolkit that's built into Stellar includes the ability for the issuer to take in the required information before issuance or redemption of the digital asset. So it empowers them to meet their compliance obligation. This functionality is built in at the protocol level, as tokenization is a fundamental part of the network. So the supporting code is reliable, it's vetted, and it's fast.
She's pretty passionate. So look, if you're passionate about Stellar, and you guys, I'd like to know what you like about Stellar. So in the comment section, you guys hit me with what you like about Stellar, what they're doing, what I might not even know about what they're doing. I know there's Interstellar out there too, but I find it interesting. Wanted to share that with you. I know that I'm an XRP centric channel. I rarely talk about other stuff. I'm not pumping Stellar at all. I have a small bag. I share with you guys what I have, but I'm interested in what they're doing, and I'm following what they're up to. Okay, this was from Gator Trader at Florida Gator Trader. Cashless. 49ers, Levi Stadium goes completely cashless when fans return. Well, I got news for you. They were cashless on Sunday because that stadium did not have one fan in it. I was shocked when I saw there was no fans whatsoever. I know some NFL stadiums are going minimum fans, but they had nobody there. Like everyone is hiding out, man. It's unbelievable. But they got a good taste of what cashless is like on Sunday, and I'm sure it didn't pay very well. But I do love the idea of cashless. I talk about this all the time, guys. I'm ready to go cashless yesterday. Like, I hate cash. I don't even have it in my wallet right now. I hide some in my car just in case I need it for an emergency. I don't like carrying cash at all. I don't even want to carry cards. I want everything to be on my phone. I want life to be simple. I don't need to be dealing with that stuff. Okay, moving on. So this is something that you don't want to do with your new Corvette, okay? Look at this. I think that's a Corvette. I don't know what that is. It looks like the new Corvette. Man, that is a sick move right there. Do not do that for sure. And the other thing is Swell. So Swell's coming up next week. It's on the 14th and the 15th. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe now. Follow me on Twitter at XRPMister for updates. I'll be doing updates throughout Swell. I'm going to take those days off of work and defend them and stay off of work as much as I can, and report to you guys on what's going on. I'm going to read my disclaimer, and then after I read my disclaimer, I'm going to close out this video with a video from Swell from last year so you guys can see what it looked like last year. It was exciting. It was a lot of fun. It was in Singapore. It was a good time. Singapore is the hottest place I've ever been on earth, and I live in Florida, so it was extremely hot. But anyway, thank you for listening today. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an accountant. I am not a chemist, and I'm not a crypto expert. These are my opinions only. Don't make any financial decisions based on anything I say. Hey guys, please like the video if you like the video, and please subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed. Share my videos with anybody who you think might appreciate them. And here's the video from Swell from last year. And by the way, it was on Sentosa Island, which is right off of Singapore.